very international lineup again, a bit of Australia in the picture there, with France and the Netherlands waiting here. So we've seen a few technical shenanigans in the last couple of days. I mean, that just adds to the nerves, doesn't it? How much responsibility do you have to take of your own kit and equipment in this sport? Because in some, looking at Formula One, how much does Lewis Hamilton have to make sure that the gearbox is working before the race? In rowing, ultimately you're responsible, aren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately Lewis are probably swanning around the pit area, waving to people. In rowing, you as an athlete, you'll probably be checking it yourself. So yeah, making sure your equipment's ready to go is really important. Everything's set up. You're checking blades, spans, everything.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time polishing the hulls, don't they? But I've been up with the GB Men's 4 this morning, actually, outside Leander, and they've been looking after their boats with real keenness. Right, the double sculls then. We've got Cleary and Antill on the Berkshire station, and Rustenburg and Turlan on the Buck station. And away they go. 2,112 metres of water stretching out. You can see, just about make out the landmarks of Henley Town Centre down this gun barrel straight course. And Mark, you're keeping a close eye on the steering this time.
Yeah, the steering's better, but they're still kind of straight out into the middle there. But they're going up against this Aussie double here. You know, came third, joint third at the first World Cup, or second World Cup.
Out in Poznan. They'll be out in Lucerne next weekend. Jack Cleary, Antill.
And that class in the early 100 metres has really showed there as they've gone out and taken control of this race, literally from the first stroke.
And this Rowing Australia combination, they rode on the Berkshire station yesterday as well in their previous heats to get to this point, so they've had the dress rehearsal, which can only help. Experiencing the conditions again on the Berkshire side of the water.
But even with the challenging conditions, they're dealing with it really well. They're moving in sync, moving together. Because as we're saying, it is choppy out there today.
You can see Without Rustenburg, the Dutchman. And you've got Turlan, the Frenchman, on the right-hand side of your picture. Rustenburg in the stroke seat, in the white vest. And then Jack Cleary and Antill, who lead, stroking at 36 a minute. Boat speed of nearly 17 kilometres an hour. It's markedly quicker than their opposition at this stage.
It's great having these stats and information. It is like Formula One now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I like the stats, I like a bit of data. Some athletes love it, and some try and avoid it.
You love it if it's going well. If it's not, it's calling you out.
If you're trying to watch the racer and read it accurately, it's so helpful, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely from the outside. It just brings more to the actual, speed of what's going on the course, understanding what these athletes are going through, different styles, the impact it has on the speed and the rate they use.
And as a coach, which I know you do a lot of now, it gives you real authority, doesn't it? It gives you really something to go on rather than using assumption and guessing and gut feel.
Well, as a coach, you'll have your view of things, you'll have the athlete's view, and at the end of the day, the speed of the boat. And if you've got data to back up one of those in those discussions, it's really important to help you get better, improve, and kind of move forward.
Cleary and Antill here. Moving nicely. Looking relaxed. I don't know how much we should read into the facial expressions, the body language, but they certainly don't look in any pain there.
Well, they look relaxed, shoulders are nice and low. Oh, bit of gust there, can catch anyone out.
Yeah, it hits you when you're least expecting. You stay so focused and concentrating. Mm-hmm. You just nod off into dream world for a moment or two, you're going to be hit.
Very much so, very much so.
That was fantastic to see that that moment in such close-up.
Yeah, and that's what, once again, you were saying earlier about juniors seeing seniors or Olympians kind of challenging, finding these conditions challenging. Yeah, it's the same for everyone. There's no superhumans out there.
Yeah, French and Dutch blades into the water. Turlan, the Frenchman, Rustenburg, the Dutch, and Yeah, they look pretty relaxed. Actually, there's a bit of grimacing, isn't there, on the stroke seat there, but Rustenburg making a call, sucking in great mouthfuls of air. Going to need to do something here if they're to deny the Australians another Henley final. Had 37 Australian boats in this Royal Regatta, and we'll have a few in the finals tomorrow, I suspect.
It's amazing the amount of crews that have come to compete at Henley, you know, especially from abroad this year. You know, our biggest entry from outside of the UK. It's been, you've seen some great racing because of it.
So yesterday, this Rowing Australia boat that we're focusing on beat Brigham and King from the Berkshire Station. A really sprightly start from them. Strong first half of the race, and the margin came out to Easley by the time of Fawley. And it was really a formality yesterday. Not sure you call it a formality today, but it's not far off a repeat performance.
It's so important now. They've got that margin, as you were saying, to stay focused in their boat, not let their mind drift somewhere, because they're so in control of this race now.
Jack Cleary, the back of Jack Cleary, you can see there, he won a bronze in the quad in Tokyo, originally from Perth. Like you, Mark, he's a big dancer in his youth. His parents owned a dance school.
What do you mean,
Jack
like me?
Cleary. Well, I know you're a bit of a mover, or you like to think so. And yes, he has a dancing background. I don't know how many of you in rowing have a dancing background.
Sounds like he's a much better dancer than me. Maybe we'll see some of his moves if he wins tomorrow. You never know on the podium.
Strictly, it's only a matter of time for you, Mark. And that's Antill, who also won a bronze in the quad in Tokyo. And they've dropped the rate right down here.
Yeah, and it's much easier to communicate that within a smaller boat like a double. You know, you're only like 2 feet apart. The bow person giving the instructions.
They're putting together another good race. They better not start thinking about the final too early, because as we've seen, these gusts of wind come from nowhere, and it would be embarrassing in front of stewards with such a comfortable lead. But at the moment, Cleary and Antill doing what they need to do. The Australians there, as I say, beat Brigham and King yesterday on the Berkshire Station, on the Buck Station yesterday. The France-Netherlands boat beat Dunham and Stockley of New Zealand.
It's just a really good shot there. And the bow, just looking at both athletes moving together, which has enabled them to have this kind of margin by how efficient they've been in these conditions.
Now it's just a couple of 100 metres remaining, and they'll get some good support from their compatriots who are here to watch Australian victories over this weekend. They'll get a few to enjoy.
And it's been amazing how the wind has really affected so many crews today. Like these gaps we wouldn't have expected, but some are dealing with the conditions much better than others.
In front of stewards, the Australians have definitely dealt with it as well as anyone today. So just a few more strokes and they will be safely booked into the Double Sculls Challenge Cup final tomorrow at Henley Royal Regatta. Jack Cleary in the bow seat, Caleb Antill in the stroke seat. And drop it right down and enjoy the applause. What a moment in the semi-finals at Henley Royal Regatta. They've enjoyed some good moments on the water in the last couple of years, but that will be another moment that they'll savour. And across the line come Rustenburg and Turlan. Their Henley Royal Regatta's over.
Just another class performance there. Got out in front straight away, especially in these challenging conditions. They're able to relax, take control of the race, go through their race plan. Really kind of textbook stuff there. So yeah, very comfortable, and looking forward to hopefully seeing them put under pressure tomorrow to see what they can really do over this Henley course.